What's up guys, Topcoder here. So in this tutorial I am going to show you how you can create a stunning image for your Fiverr gig. So before getting started, first let me tell you this, is that your gig image really matters. So you can go to Fiverr and go to a top seller's account and look through his gigs, and you may find a horrible image on his gig, but that really doesn't matter for him because he is already a top seller. But if you are a new seller and you have a very bad designed image on your gig, it's going to bring negative impression on the buyer's mind. So that's what we are going to solve today. We are going to create a stunning image for your Fiverr gig. So first let me show you what we are going to create. So you can see this is a background remove gig image, and this is a landing page gig image. You can see it's very simple. There's only text, a simple background and some simple icons for both of these images. We are not going to create an image like this. This looks very old styled and fancy. We are going to create a modern simple gig image using Photoshop. Okay, so let's get started. So our first step should be using a background. So it depends on you on what kind of background you want. So if you want a simple background like this, you don't have to do anything, you just have to use Photoshop gradient function. But if you want a background like this, you can see this transparent background or any background, you have to go to Google and type simple background, and you have to download one. You can see we have already found some backgrounds. You can see some cool backgrounds, but we are going to create a simple gig image today, so we are going to use this background for our tutorial. So the first thing is you have to open Photoshop. I am using Photoshop CC 2020. You can use any other version. So the first thing is we have to create a new document. You can go to File, New, or you can press Ctrl+N, and then you have to use a size for your document. In my case I am using 1280 and 720. You may find a better size for your gig image. It really depends on you, but I always use this size for my gig images. You can see, and then the resolution should be 300. After that we are going to hit this create button right here. You can see our document is created. So now we have to click on this icon right here and we have to select gradient. After that we have to select a basic gradient. So to do that we have to click on this box right here and then select basic, and then select the first one. You can see now we have to select a color stop. So we can select the first one right here. You just have to click on this color stop, and then we have to click on this color box. So now we are going to use a orange and pink background for our case. Here is our first color. Now we have to use our second color. So to do that, just click on this second color stop right here and then click on this box. So here's our second color. After you have selected your color, just hit on OK, and now you have to use the styling of this gradient. You can use this simple gradient you want, or you can use different styles. You can use reflected, you can reverse this or not, you can up the scale like that. I think it looks good, so we're going to use this background, and we have to hit OK. So our first step is done, which is to make a background. Put that in your mind that I have already told you can use a different background. You can download a third-party background from Google. It really doesn't matter. So now our second step should be downloading these icons in here. So I have already downloaded these icons, so let me open this right now. So you can see that I have already downloaded all the icons needed for this tutorial. You should do the same. It depends on your gig. Like I am creating a landing page gig, so that's why I am using HTML CSS icons. If you are creating a Photoshop gig, you should download a Photoshop logo or icon, or any other Photoshop related icons for your gig. So our second step is done. So now the third step is to create the layout for our gig. So we are going to use this layout. So we should head on to our Photoshop file, and then we should select this text icon right here, and then we should click on anywhere on our document, and then we type our text. So in this case it will be create landing page. So we're just going to type create landing page, and you can see the font I'm using is HK Grotesque. You can use any other font you want, just make sure it looks very modern and simple, not much fancy. We should reduce the font size a little bit, so we should put this to like 20 points. Yeah, it looks good. So now we have to put this in the middle like that, and our heading is done. So now we have to use a main icon for our image. So so you can use an icon like this, or you can use a person. It really depends on your style. It should be the main focus of the image. So you can see in this gig image, it's a person, it's a lady holding the Photoshop logo, but in this case it's a computer and mobile icon. So it really depends on you what you want as your main focus of the gig. So in my case I'm going to use this computer icon. So I have already downloaded all of them. So I will use this icon right here, this computer icon, and you have to make sure it really is eye-catching. So the main focus should be this icon, this main icon right here. So we have imported our icon. So now it's time to add some subtext for our gig image. So you can use these features, you can type these features like that. You can see I have used arrow, and then put the gig features like this, and in this image I have used this star icon, and then type all the features. So I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to use simple star, and then put the gig features like this, and make sure the font size is very small, smaller than the heading text. So in this case I will use 15 points. Yeah, it was good. So now type all your gig features. Make sure they are all aligned perfectly. If you are not satisfied with the size, you can even increase it like that. I think it looks good. Yep. Okay, our gig image is almost done. So now we have to fill in the white space of our gig image. So in this image you can see there are no white space, so that's why there is no need for any modification, but in this case you can see there is a huge white space at the bottom of the image, so you can use icons or text on those white space. So I'm going to use these icons right here. So the first thing is I will create a box at the bottom of the image. So to do that, just click on this new layer icon and then select this rectangular marquee tool and then create a box and then fill it with black color or any color you want. I'm going to use black. So you can see my foreground color is black, so all I should do is press Alt plus backspace on my keyboard and it will be filled with black. Okay, so now put this in the middle of the document, you can see like that, and then you can bring the opacity down 50% or more if you want. 35. Yep, 35 looks good. So now it's time to import our icons. So I'm going to import the HTML icon right here, you can see, and I'm going to put this vertically centered of this box like that. Then I'm going to use the CSS icon. You should make sure all the icons are same sized like this. You should also make sure they are vertically centered of the box. So now we have to use some arrow to make it look good. You can download these arrows from online. So I have already downloaded these arrows. So I'm going to use this arrow and then I'm going to just place it between these icons. You can duplicate this icon by pressing Alt and then dragging it. As you can see, it's done. So our gig image is almost done. The only thing remaining is shadows. It's up to you if you want shadows. I like to use shadows underneath the text and icon. So to do that, just select this text layer. So in this case it's this, then right click on it, click on blending option and then select drop shadow at the bottom and then use the settings I'm using. You can use any other settings you want, it's up to you. You can increase the spread size, you can decrease the opacity or increase the opacity, is up to you. So you can see it already looks good. I think I should decrease the spread and the size like this or bigger. Yeah, it looks good. After that you can hit OK. So if you like this shadow, you can just right click on it, click on copy layer style and then you can use it on other layers. So I'm going to use this on this main icon of our gig image. So I will just right click on it and click on paste layer style and you can see the shadow is already imported. You see I have used a very light shadow, so I'm going to decrease the opacity of the shadow like this. You can see it's look very identical. So yeah, our gig image is done. You can see it's looking very simple, elegant and modern. So you can follow my step and create a very modern and simple gig image. I have walked you through all the steps to create a stunning image for your Fiverr gig. So if you like this video, please make sure to press the like button. You can hit the subscribe for more tutorials. I am going to post more tutorial about Fiverr gig SEO and coding tutorials. So yeah, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you.